It was thrilling for me. It was such a wonderful challenge, and the game plan was so clear that I couldn't wait to jump back into it. It was a lot and heavy, and you know, being one of the lead in the films, it's long days, but I couldn't wait to take on the challenge, and loved how much they threw in the script.
This was a little more enjoyable from the standpoint of the first movie was me trying to recollect and relive a lot of difficult moments in my childhood with an abusive father, even though the redemption was worth telling the story. This time around, you know, there are hard moments, but I got to go through the whole process with my entire family, my wife and my kids, and especially my son Sam. And the fact that we're in a super healthy and amazing place now, that's the only way we could be able to tell this story. Like if there was still a disconnect, it would never be a movie. But the fact that we're looking back at what we've already been through, it was fun to go through that together, and very therapeutic, and something I never thought would ever happen. And it was a joy for Sam and myself, and just loved the whole experience.
It's really amazing to join a project like this that is like just so filled with heart. And to speak to Sam and I's relationship, I mean, before I was even on set, we had talked several times about just like where he was in life at that moment, and the relationship with his dad and his type 1 diabetes. And then once I got on set, things ramped up a little bit, and we made music together, and talked a lot more about where we were. And I feel like I saw Sam the most when his whole family was around. I got to experience a lot of just like real Millard love. And I feel like he's just such a great big brother in that realm.
I think music it plays such a huge role in all of our lives. I think music changed our lives. I think music is the universal language that we can all connect to. And I think it's such a great vehicle to use to kind of deliver this story.
Red Rocks is special to me because this whole process, I got to sit and watch how these guys make movies, and for just even a day or an evening, they got to kind of experience what I get to do on a regular basis. And there's something about standing in front of a crowd, and even an audience that size, like it wasn't actors for a moment. It wasn't actors pretending to be in a band. The crowd responded on their own to these songs and would stand, and when they stood to worship, it wasn't directed. That's just their response, and it was a little bit kind of this weird escape. Me even standing on the side and watching them do these songs, like you forget that they're acting, and so yeah, that was fun for me to like, hey, welcome to my world a little bit. That was fun to see them in that element.
Yeah, I mean, as John said, music is something that is kind of with all of us at all moments. At least for me, there's never a moment where music isn't playing in my head. And I feel like to be on that stage at Red Rocks really kind of showed the testament of how people fight for what they love. I mean, passion is something so important, and the fact that we're able to stand there and play the songs that are not only important to us, but have such an impact on other people's lives is really special.
I'm so proud of how much ground we cover and how much real life we've crammed into this. I think we cover topics that a lot of people don't want to cover, some taboo topics, and I'm proud to say that we hit them right on the head. And I hope that people can connect to this and find some healing through it.
For me, like my grandmother said when growing up, don't let your hurt go in vain. And I think that's the reason I'm in a band and write songs, is that to be able to share stories of, instead of saying, God, why did I have to go through this? To be able to share those stories where people realize, oh, I'm not alone in this. I'm not the only one that's hurting. It's worth it. And so being a part of these movies, it just feels like it's on a bigger scale of something that I've done for a long time. And yeah, it's like if I can share the story and give somebody even an ounce of hope, then it's completely worth it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of vulnerability that everyone needs to learn. I feel like if you look at this movie, I feel like Bart, Shannon, Tim, Hillary, even Sam, they're all kind of learning how to be honest with the cards that they're getting dealt in life. And I feel like if people see this movie and they realize that, it becomes a lot easier to know that faith in life can be messy, and that maybe not all of us wake up every day with hope, unless you're Tim. And I think that's something that's important, that honesty.